friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are having a terrific day. Alright, so this is going to start off. It's just kind of an introduction of my new project that I've been teasing you all about. It takes two things that I love very much and combines them. I have not seen it done. I watch a lot of channels. I haven't seen anybody doing it. It is possible that, improbable, that somebody else is doing something similar to this somewhere. So let's get that out there. It's, not reinventing the wheel, but it's just something that I thought, oh, this would be really fun, so let's do it. I'm going to call it Dear Prompt, and every month I'm going to have a different set of color prompts for this. And instead of prompting on cards or just creating whatever we want, we're going to be doing it in a journal. And you can do any kind of journal you want. I think this would be the easiest way to do it. These are only 50 cents at Walmart. You can make your own journal, put your own journal together. I might not always do it this way. I kind of like a traveler's journal, so I might eventually decide, and I even may for this one make it more narrow. Whatever floats your boat, however you want to do it. And these cards that Betty Penny and I made, I actually expanded upon them. So I made sure we had a ton of elements, so that was no biggie. The action section, I made sure that there were 31 of them. And in the make section, I made sure there were 31 of them too. This is like falling out of this box. I ordered a new box. It'll be here to kind of disperse some of those. I made the color prompt cards, and these are for August. And I just, you saw me make the backgrounds, just the mass make those, and I just printed out the list on sticker paper and put them at the bottom of the card. And now this doesn't reflect this color. I wasn't going to go that far. I just needed something that I could pick the color off of. You could, do it. You could, if you don't want to do cards, you could just cut the list up and put it in a bag or in a bowl or whatever, and, just draw one. So you don't have to get that fancy if you don't want to. But I will be choosing prompts every day, and that prompt will decide what our page is going to look like. And I really hope you all play along, and I will release the prompt list in case you want to do it on your own. And if you want to do it on your own, that's terrific. And please post it to my channel or to any of my socials if you do that. But if you decide to play along with the prompts that I choose every day, I would appreciate it if you would tag me or whatever in any of the socials. It's Happy Place Crafting, no matter on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and of course on YouTube. So other than that, I'm not on any of the other socials. But today I thought we would kind of take this book apart to form our new book, because August has 31 days, and so we only need 31 pages in this book. And I'm going to do a different one every month, but you could do, you could make these chapters if you wanted to keep them all in the same book. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. And like I said, I'm sure this has been done before. I have not personally seen it. My daughter said, my older daughter said she'd seen it. I hadn't. I just really love the prompts. I love doing dies prompts at the Messy Palette. And I really enjoyed Karen's introduction to World Watercolor Month and using those prompts. I feel like it challenges me to think outside the box, and I love journaling because every day I get up, I kind of, I've been very clear that I really struggle with my mental health, and I need something to look forward to, and which is one of the reasons I decided, to get back into crafting the way I have. And I've found that having a journal that's a long-term project gives me something every day to look forward to getting up to do. Like, I know that tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to record a video and I'm going to work on this journal, and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. So I like that part of journaling a lot, that it gives me something to look forward to. I have seen a lot lately, and here, we'll start to kind of take this apart while I'm talking, so I'm not absolutely doing nothing and I'm just talking here. Let me find, yeah, here. And these are sewn in, which is actually really nice. They're not glued or stapled in, so they should be easy to take apart. I've heard in several different people's channels lately, like people questioning why journals, what do you do with them? Do they just sit around and collect dust? What's their purpose? And I've noticed sometimes even when I'm making things, people are like, okay, this is cute, but what's its purpose? What are you doing this for? And my thought is, when I was first asked the question, it kind of took me back, because I'm like, do I need does it need a purpose? I think it's cute. I have fun making it. I guess that's its purpose. I mean, I guess then if you want to get deep like that, you could ask, what's the purpose of a lot of things, right? And what's the purpose of a journal? Some people write in them. Sure, I'm not one of those people. And some people, I use mine, I just get inspiration from them. I love looking through them and, remembering, oh, hey, I did this one when I was live with my friend Bitty Penny, or I did this one when I was live with Carmen, or, like, these are Dawn. These are things, they're almost like memory books for me. And, and I had fun when I was doing that. So that reminds me, like, hey, this was a lot of fun, and it gives me inspiration and ideas. So for me, that's the point. And for me, just in making it, that is the point. The joy that it gives me to create it, to use my creative juices, that's what I love about it. All right, let's see if we can get this string out of here without too much. Look, we got it out. The one string just pulled right out. I was worried about that because I knew that I've never taken one of these apart, and I knew that this was taped on. So I was worried about how that would. This one seems stuck. It must be knotted. So we'll just cut it off. Let's just cut that one. Let's get some tweezers somewhere. But anyways, that's my rant today about journaling. And whoops, I just want. I was looking for a new project. I knew that I just finished Marcella, and okay, here we go. These are coming out pretty easily, actually. I don't think these tweezers aren't the greatest for grabbing things like that. I know I have like 5 pairs of tweezers around here, And where they all are is beyond me at this moment. I blame Diane's gnomes on this one. I know I have more than that. Oh well, we'll just pull them out by hand. Luckily my nails are long enough. But otherwise you might need... Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, we're gonna... 31 is... Here, let's get all these off of here. 31 is an odd number, so we're gonna need 32, but that really means we're gonna need what? Just half of 32, 16 and 16, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's make sure that that's right. Okay, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Oh, this is way too much. I need half of this, I think. I need 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? 2, 4. Clearly I haven't thought about ahead on this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Yeah, that's right. So you need 8 pages. Look how much extra we've got. See, so you could do a lot of books out of this. I mean, if you only need 8 pages, there's 50 pages. So you could make at least 5 books out of one 50-cent book for this purpose. And I know it's thin right now, but it will get, it'll get thicker for sure. And we're going to go ahead and sew it back in because I want to make sure that it stays in order, right? So I do need to do that. And I'm trying to figure out if we should do, because I haven't done one of these before, I think I don't know if I want to cover it before or after. You could even use this cover as a template to make other covers. Just saying. Because this isn't very thick. I mean, it's not even as thick as chipboard. It's basically just a piece of poster board, I think. Let's see. Oh, there were 80 sheets in here. Actually, not 50. So you could do 8 books. At least. No, 10. You could do 10 books. 8 sheets. See, with one book, you could almost do a whole year. 50 cents? You could almost do a whole year of this. So that's pretty awesome, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna put that up. Let's sew this back in. Let's do that. I'm gonna sew it back in now that we've got it decided. And I'm not even gonna use a color, I don't think. I think I'll just use regular. What did I do with? I was just doing this the other day because I was doing the signature for Marcella. I've got her signatures done. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this is kind of weird for me because normally the signatures is the last thing I do, is putting those signatures in. I mean, you've seen me do them before. We're gonna have to, I think we need to create our own template just for these. Let's see. We need a piece. Yep, we need a piece that's long enough. No. Please hold. There we go. Okay. Let's cut that. Right there. Cut that off. We're going to bend it in half. Just like that. Because the composition book is what, 10, about, well, not quite 10, like 9 3/4, and it's 7 1/2. 7 1/2, 9 3/4. Okay, kind of an odd number there. Okay. Got that. We're going to write those measurements on here just in case we would need them. So it's 9 3/4. I'm going to put the top. And we're going to decide where our holes are going to be. Just like that. And there we go. All right. Let's open this up. Let's grab some, whoops, sorry. Got the mic. I hit the mic, I'm sorry. Okay. Very much is lined up. We'll line this up right there. We can even use a clip and clip it here. There we go. We're going to punch the holes through it, just like that. Just pretty easy because it's not real thick. Look, I go from making big chunky books to this little skinny book. I'm not going to know what to do with myself. Okay. Let's thread our fabric here, our needle here, not our fabric, thread our fabric. How does that make any sense? It is Friday. Watched Die last night, which is always a blast. Here we go. This is super easy because there's just not that much to it yet. Man, maybe I should start doing this more often. This is really simple. A lot less complicated than doing it at the end. When everything's all heavy and everything. Sheesh. I've been doing this wrong. I saw a picture of Bitty Penny this morning at the Craft Roulette extravaganza thing. She's so cute. It was a picture of her and Mary. Very sweet. Very sweet. There were some people in the background, but I didn't know I didn't recognize them. Okay. There we go. And these pages, we can do whatever we want on them. I will tell you that the colors kind of do. Here, let's put this away so I don't lose it. Okay, this is, I'm going to mark on here, composition book. That way we have it for future use, and I don't have to worry about it. Look how cute that looks. Very good, very good. Okay, wait. Let's put that back. Alright. So yeah, our color list has, when I thought of August, number one, I thought of August and colors that are associated with August. I also thought of back to school because August is back to school. And it's kind of the end of summer, so summer's kind of starting to die down in a lot of areas. So it has some like, it has kind of that feeling to it with the colors. So that's probably the feeling that this journal might have, but it also might not. It might take on a whole different, feeling of its own because of the elements and the actions and the makes. So, we just don't know. And that's kind of exciting to me, to not know what it's going to turn out to be. So, so we got it taken apart, we got the signature sewn in, and we might work on the cover, or at least covering the cover next, but we might not. I just wanted to go ahead and give you the preview now, because on August 1st, I'm going to start this running. The prompt list will be available. I am going to make the prompt list free, not only in my Ko-Fi, but also on my Facebook group, Happy Place Crafting group. I'm going to make those available so that you can have them. If you want them, I'm not doing a certain color every day. I'm going to draw it. It's going to be random. So you'll have to kind of stay tuned to see what, all the parameters for that day are. But I think it'll be really fun. And also, if this works and I enjoy it and I continue it, I want to in the future include other things that are going on. Like, let's say I had started at the beginning of July, I would have incorporated the prompts from World Watercolor Month along with this. And then instead of maybe doing using a composition book, maybe we would have used maybe we would have put it together a ring book or a book like this, for that month with the prompts. So that's also something to keep in mind, because I do still want to do those. I do want to still, you know, include those. I enjoy them. I think they're a lot of fun, and so, you know, that's that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you all think about this idea. Do you think I'm off my rocker? I don't know. It might be, but I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to try it. It's not something I've ever tried before, so there's that. It's always a little nerve-wracking when you start something new that you're not really sure of, but it's also kind of exciting, right? So I'm nervous about it, but I'm excited about it at the same time, and I think I'm more excited than nervous, so hopefully it'll all work out. And if not, we'll move on to something else, because you know me, I'm able to pivot. All right, that's it for today. Remember that crafting is cheaper than therapy, and we get to make really cool things, and we get to make really cool friends. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Ta-ta.